Hi, I'm Bill from CJ Pony Parts. We know that many of you are driving your Focus STs daily, which means you're probably seeing all kinds of road and weather conditions, which over time can cause wear and tear on your paint job. With the Focus ST being a front-wheel drive car, plus the fact that the tire does stick out past the body line, means all kinds of debris can also be kicked up on the side of your car. So today we're going to show you how to protect the paint on the side of your Focus ST by installing these mud flaps from Rally Armor. You're probably thinking, really, mud flaps? These actually aren't your parts store mud flaps. Rally Armor takes these seriously and designs them specifically for your Focus ST. They're made of a high-quality, impact-resistant urethane, which means they're not going to break, crack. They're also not going to change color. These aren't a cheap rubber. They have a nice high-gloss finish to them with the Rally Armor logo at the bottom. The Rally Armor set's going to include mud flaps for both the front and back of your Focus ST. It also includes all mounting brackets as well as all mounting hardware. One of the real nice things about the Rally Armor UR series is that they are a bolt-on part and require no cutting or permanent modifications. For this installation, you'll need a jack-in jack stands or lift, 3/8 ratchet, T30 Torx bit, flathead screwdriver, Phillips head screwdriver, small pick, and a flashlight. We're going to start by installing the front mud flaps. We're going to mount basically right in this area here. The front wheels do not have to be removed. You can simply turn them all the way to access this. You're going to start by removing the 3 factory fasteners. Simply pull the center out, and then you can remove the entire clip. Now we're going to pull back the liner and install 3 of these edge clips. Put the rounded edge on the front, put that over the hole. You want to grab a small pick and just make sure the holes are actually aligned between your original splash shield and the new clips that you installed. You want to grab one of the metal brackets and then line it up with the bottom 3 mounting holes. Make sure you have it on the right way. And then the bottom here, we're going to slide on an additional clip. Okay, and we're ready to install. We're going to grab the supplied screw with washer, put it in the top hole for the metal bracket, which will actually be the second hole down on here. Just do a couple turns by hand to get it started. I'll do the next one down. All 3 of these will use a medium screw, and then the small screw is going to go on the bottom. Okay, we'll get them all hand tight, get it adjusted where we want it, and then we can tighten it down. And make sure you don't over tighten them, just get them snug. See, our self-tapping screws go into a plastic anchor. You want to repeat the process on the other side, and then we can move on to the rear mud flaps. Unlike the front, to do the back mud flap, you do have to take the wheel off to get access. You're also going to need some tools for this part here. It doesn't use plastic clips. There's actually T30 Torx screws holding the inside of this rear cover on. Here's an example of why we recommend something like the mud flap. See, if you pull this off, there's a ton of gravel up in here already in our car. We only have 300 miles on this car, and it's already full of gravel up in here. The mud flap will definitely help that. Now we're going to pull the liner back. There's several of these little clips here that can be removed with the assistance of a little pick. One's kind of hard to see, it's up inside here. Once you get them loose, you can kind of turn them and they'll come off. Once you have it off, we're going to remove these 2 clips, one located here and the other located up top here. These are your factory mounting points. The third mounting point we're going to use is this extra hole right here in the middle. We're actually have to cut a hole into our wheel liner for that mounting point there. You can use a small pick to remove the factory hardware. Now we're going to make a hole in the fender liner for that third factory hole that we're going to use. We're going to put the fender liner back into place. Make sure you put it exactly where it's going to go when it's installed. Okay, we'll find the hole. Once you make the hole, you'll want to open it up enough to make sure that a screw can easily pass through it. A little larger is better than a little bit smaller, because if it doesn't line up right, it's going to be a pain to get the screw in. Now we'll install clips in the factory locations. Now we can put the liner back into place. You're going to reinstall the metal clip once you put the wheel liner back into place. You begin installing our flap. Just like on the front, you're going to put the bracket on the side of the mud flap with the writing on it, line it up with the holes. You're going to take one of the longer screws provided with a washer, put it through the second hole, then use one small and one large spacer as provided, and we're going to thread it into the body. I will do the same thing in the hole above. And the third one's going to go down here in the middle hole. So basically get sure that you get it flat, it's perpendicular to the ground, and you can start tightening them down. Again, get them snug, but just make sure you don't over tighten them. The last two pieces of the installation of installing the flap to the bracket are these two little plugs. The wider one's going to go on the outside, the smaller one's going to go towards the inside. Reinstall your wheel and your installation is finished. Mud flaps are one of those parts where function usually comes long before form. Thankfully, with the quality materials used in our rally armors, they look pretty good as well. Installation will take you around an hour, so you'll be back on the road in no time.